Hello everyone, I'm Catechus Gaming, and today we will be continuing the guided walkthrough for Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Last episode, we cleared the first Dark World dungeon and collected a girl and a crystal. Well, turns out she's a descendant of the Seven Wise Men and tasked us with finding the rest. This episode, we will continue the dungeon crawl to the Dark World's version of the Great Swamp. Now sit back and grab some snacks as we dive in. I love that Link's so happy. He just doesn't understand what he's in for yet. He's just a big derp. Alright, since we ended the last episode in the Dark World, we get to start in the Dark World. But we don't have the luxury of being able to pick where we want to start. So we always get to start at the pyramid, even with less health. Anyway, our only option to go to the swamp is to head east and then south in this rocky area. And let's just freeze all you little noobs. With our trusty hammer we got in the first dungeon, we can mash these pegs down and head to the west towards what should be Link's house, but Weird Elephant Man that sells bombs takes it. So to the south of the bomb salesman is a very, very dangerous version of the Great Swamp. Now be very careful of this guy. He will steal your shield if he can grab you, and if you don't kill him and get it back in time, you literally have to go to the Light World, buy an original soldier's shield, throw it in the Great Berry Fountain behind the waterfall at Zora's Domain to get it back. Don't do that. Oh great, there's one of them jumping little turds here too. So this is the entrance to the second dungeon. But for now, we're gonna skip it, and we're gonna head to the left. Just out of anger, I guess. Come on, give me some hearts. Nobody wants to give me any hearts. Awesome. Yeah, our little cheeky coin cave is gone in the Dark World. If you want it, you're gonna have to go to the Light World. So's our fairy fountain. But what we're after is right here. In this weird assortment of pegs, what we want to do is use the mirror. Warp ourselves back to the Light World on top of this handy dandy little mountain. And what we want to do, because we have the Master Sword and the Book of Medora, we can read this pillar and get the magic scroll of Bombos, which is a really good spell. Now that we have Bombos, we're going to want to head back to the Dark World. And back into the Great Swamp. Now the Great Swamp dungeon is a little tricky to get into. First thing we're going to want to do is head back to the Light World. Be careful where you land. In order to complete the dungeon, we have to come into the Light World version and release the Flood. But we get a free fairy, so it makes it worth it. So pull the right lever and head on out. Heart piece totally worth it. Now that it's drained, it turns out it's also drained in the Dark World as well. Now we can officially head in and do this dungeon. If we would not have released the waters, this area would not be flooded. So that's the whole reason. There is some interlinking between Light and Dark World, just not a lot. So now that we're in here, our only option is to head to the left, which is only accessible by being able to swim. Dang it. We got hurt. Now watch out for those little water balls. They can hurt us, but they don't really have health. They don't drop anything. They're just a nuisance. Well, once all the enemies are dead, we get a key, and we can head downstairs. And there's some more water bugs. Over to the left-hand side here is a bombable wall. Any day now. And, yep, a new enemy. These slimes will pop up once you walk over them. But check it out. We already have the map. Awesome. Which I think they might have done because this might be the start of the Zelda games and annoying water levels. Underneath the bottom skull is another key that we can use to open the southwest door. Head on in. Be careful of the red skeleton, he will fight back. And this little thing here will shoot in the direction of you whenever you attack. If you don't attack, it does nothing. And the flame snake there, also we can't do anything about other than dodge it, so feel free to ignore it. Once downstairs, head through the north door. And underneath that skull is another key we need. Once you grab it, head back south and up the stairs to the left to use that a newly found key on the door. Darn it, I was hoping for another heart. Now, I'm gonna take out this skeleton, hopefully. Got him. If you want, you can bomb this spot. It's not really much on the other side. Our main goal in this room is to whack a couple moles and push this lever from the left-hand side. That'll cause the flood to come in. There's going to be a lot of this, so good luck. On the other side of this bombable wall, though, it's just two skulls. Not that great a loot. So to continue on, let's head south from this room. Now that the water's raised, we can actually reach this exit on the left and exit this room to the left. Now this is a very frustrating room and has an endless supply of little water slimes coming down. Feel free to ignore them for the most part. We want to exit to the south. And in this room, we want to circle around the right-hand side. Dodging all the water enemies as we can. Once we made a full loop, push that block to the right, and that will reveal the compass. Once we get the compass, return back to this room and head up the bottom left stairs. There you go. Let's get rid of the nuisance enemies first. Watch out for that fire snake. He's squirrely. Once you're done with the enemies, head down the staircase and to the north again. Similar to before, this room has a key underneath the skull, and we gotta grab it now before we flood that room. Once we have the key, exit to the right to this main center room, and we're gonna want to find the staircase just north of it. Here we can use that key to open this kind of a room here. So yeah, hit the switch to lower the blue pegs, and then push this lever from the right. Now what we want to do is hit the switch again, because we want brown down and blue up. And then backtrack to the center room and climb the southwest stairs again. Back to the room with the fire snake. Here we can swim past these blocks that were blocking our way. Ha 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 ha. And we can exit to the left, but I want that heart. Every heart counts. Now in this room, make sure to push the south block first, then the middle block north to create a passageway. And we can head up these stairs. Up here is a whole mess of pain, so be very careful. If needed, we can head down to the south here, get a couple hearts, which is always needed. Now in this room, we're going to have to run to the northwest here, dodging as much as we can. Push this block and drop down on the left-hand side. Once down here, grab this chest and we get 20 bucks. Yeah, sorry, I just really like treasure chests. Now that we got the 20 bucks, we gotta head south, push some blocks, climb back up to that room one more time, and do the same thing, but on the right-hand side. Dodge everything as best we can. I don't know why I looked away from that fireball. Push the block. Drop down the right. Because we were smart and made the switch push the brown blocks down, we can continue to the right. Once in this room, we get a lot of treasure, a very annoying trap, and the big key. So let's get out of this room before I get a headache from that trap. Now we just gotta head down to the south. Make our way to the right, and get back to the center room. Yeah, this is a very confusing dungeon, by the way. Stupid fire snake. Now that we're back in the center room, we can climb to the center little platform and grab this dungeon's treasure, the hook shot. The hook shot is very similar to the boomerang, except Link is frozen in place when he uses it. However, we can use it to traverse areas like this. For instance, the skull to our right on the island, we can hook shot to, and it'll pull us over. Which we wanted to do because there's a key underneath one of the skulls. It'll also damage and or freeze enemies as well. Now that we have that key, head back to the chest and do the same thing to the north, and we can use the key on the door. Now that we're in this room, we can use the hook shot to actually kill these guys even when they are on electrocuting, so that's a win. What we gotta do is head to the left, lift up that skull, and then push the statue on top of it. Hold the button down. Once that's done, don't worry about the left path. There's nothing good in that direction. We want to go to the right. Dang it, I just got rid of that noise. So what we want to do here is watch out for the snake and head through the doorway, not take the stairs. Careful of the red guy. And head downstairs. If we would have taken the left path at the switch, it would have taken us to the wrong side of this lever. So make sure to flip the switch and then exit to the left. Dang it! Oh, I'm gonna die to water. Just like the old gypsy woman said. What you're gonna want to do is go south, enter a little treasure room. And then exit to the north. This time we're gonna run. Take care of some enemies here. If you want, you can take the doorway north here, and it'll lead to a little tiny treasure room. In case you're running low on supplies. Gall darn it. Why does no one give me a heart? For shame. Just put Link out of his misery. This is why I stockpile fairies. Now in this room, what we're going to want to do is head to the right, and the second from the right waterfall we can walk through. Now in here, I'm going to KO some blue jellyfish guys, grab a couple extra loot, and continue up the stairs. It's a pretty linear path here until we get to the last waterway. You can't really do anything about these guys from here, except one thing we can do is use a spell. I like Ether. Let's use this one. And it just takes him down. Once it's safe, head in the water. To the right, underneath the skull, is the last key. To the left, we can bomb this wall here, very carefully. For one more treasure room. Check it out, we're at full health. Oh yeah. And then make our way to the leftmost door on the waterway. Now this doorway here will lead to this dungeon's boss. Now this guy's name is Argus. What he is just a floating mass of little koosh balls, I guess. And for now, his main attack is to just wander around and spin. So what you want to do is use your hook shot to grab those little balls off of them and stab them to death. Once we get through all of these little balls, we'll enter phase 2. Dang it. The last couple are the hardest to get. Alright. One more koosh ball left. Dang it. Yeah, he's not making it easy for us. Got it. There we go. Now that they're all gone, what he's going to do is leap down and then just bounce around the room. While he's bouncing, we got to stab him. Then he'll jump back up and land wherever we were when we stabbed him. And this is it. This is the boss. He's actually one of the easier ones. Couple more hits and he'll be done. And there we go. That's the noise we love to hear. I love that they all explode too. For our troubles, typical heart piece, heart container, and a girl in a rock. Oh yeah. Alright, deep breath in as we try to speed read this. Link, because of you, I can finally escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That's why it's hidden away in the Golden Land. Only a select few know of its location, but at some point that knowledge was also lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf the Evil Thief. Luckily, though, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points, like the ones that you saw in Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You're the only one who can destroy Ganondorf. Do you understand? Yeah. Beat all the bad guys. Got it. Just like that. 2 down. Now that we're done with this dungeon, there's a couple errands we can run. First things first, we can actually explore the rest of the world map. So from the Great Swamp, we're going to want to zigzag our way back towards where Link's house should be. From here, we're going to want to head right towards the Great Pyramid. Need that hammer. Funk, funk, funk. Yep. Charge after me, guards. It's all right. We're gonna want to head north, and we're gonna want to continue north towards where the bridge near the witch's cabin is. Now that we're up here, let's lift this out of the way. Show off our muscles. Whoops. Now that we're up here, we can use the hook shot to actually cross the river. So much more of the world to explore. Now, if we can follow the path to the north, we'll head to the area that was once in the Light World, the cemetery. Here, we can't lift these gray... Oh, dang it. We can't lift these dark-colored stones up. But what we can do is cut that bush, though, to the left of it. Sneak behind here. And in this location, if we use the magic mirror and return to the Light World, we can push this gravestone out of the way. Darn it, stupid ghosts. Alright, hold on. We gotta pretend we're ghost adventures here, take them out. Yep, looking at the gravestone, charge with the Pegasus boots, and it'll knock it out of the way, revealing an entrance. Our prize is the magic cape. So what this does is when Link wears it, he turns invisible, but it really sucks the magic meter down. However, while he's invisible, he's completely immune to all forms of damage. He also can't attack or use items either, so it's a double-edged sword. But we're not done yet. If we continue to this location and climb these stairs and use the magic mirror up here, we can reach this cave as well. All these hearts are definitely warranted. Gimme, 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 gimme. Bombs are unnecessary. So in this room, bomb the back wall to reveal another entrance to a heart piece. Hooray! First one this episode. Now that we have that, we're going to want to pop back into the Dark World and continue to the north entrance of the Village of Outcast, or the Dark World version of Kakariko Village. So I'm just gonna Sanic my way over. Run, 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 run. Oh look, a red version of the Blue Soldiers. So this place has friendly NPCs, but they're all inside houses. Only enemies wander around. And down here, well, is the Weathermain, where we got the duck from the statue. And the Light World is actually the entrance to the 4th dungeon. But that's not what we're here for at the moment. What we want to do is enter the building to the left of it. Check it out, it's another mini-game. Now this mini-game is pay 30 rupees, you can open 2 random chests, and you get a bunch of random prizes. It can range from money to items to a heart piece. The contents of each chest is completely random, so good luck. Let's see if we're lucky. Hey, we got 50 bucks. And 100 bucks. Made a nice profit. To reset, you gotta exit and re-enter, and try again. And there we go, just like that, we got the Piece of Heart. Not gonna lie, only took me 10 tries, but I did max out my rupee count. Now wouldn't be a bad time to go over to the Fountain of Happiness and cash in on all these rupees, which is what I'm gonna do. Use the mirror to head to the Light World, call our duck friend over, warp myself down to location 8. Now all we have to do is swim to the west and make our way to the center island. Since we went pretty hard on our bomb quantity last time, I'm gonna up my arrow count. Remember, it takes 100 rupees to increase either bombs or arrows. And there we go. Now that I'm penniless, I have the ability to hold 40 bombs and 55 arrows. And since we got damaged quite a bit in that last dungeon, I'm going to use one of these bombs on this spot. Inside is a fairy horde that we can cram into bottles. Just keep spinning, Link. I think I'm good now. Yep, I have 3 fairies crammed in bottles. And just like that, this has been part 6 of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past guided walkthrough. We've cleared the 2nd dungeon and got some extra loot. Stay tuned for the next episode as we continue this dungeon crawl. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as it'll help the channel grow. Thanks.